I'm here falsely accused for a 21-year-old warrant. And I try to speak, and she acts like Judge Judy. She just constantly cuts you off, is threatening. And if you look at the TV show Judge Judy, this is how she acts, Judge. And I'm just being treated like I'm just a criminal. I'm supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, right? And I would like an investigation as to things that's been going on by the prosecutor's office because Kim Worthy and her subordinates are retaliating against me. There's actual proof. But she has an attitude like Judge Judy. She just cuts you off. And I'm just like, so when she kept doing it, this is when I objected and asked her to recuse herself.
All right, guys, today we have one of the dumbest sovereign citizens we have ever covered. This guy is in court today because of a previous hearing. He was having a preliminary hearing with Judge Martin. But of course, he was ranting about the usual sovereign citizen nonsense, like this dude is in full victim mode here. And he even had Judge Martin reckless because she was acting like Judge Judy. Apparently, she was cutting him off every time he wouldn't shut up with this ridiculous sophomore citizen. Scripted honestly, so cringe, you just have to see it to believe it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does this guy have a point here? Or is he just the dumbest person on the planet? Let's go ahead and dive in here.
Sir.
Colonel Michael McQuarrie appearing in appropriate persona.
All right. It's my understanding, sir, you filed a motion to have Judge Bryant disqualified from the case. Judge Bryant denied your motion, and essentially your motion was appealed up to the chief judge, which is me. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
Okay. Argument.
Well, the argument is, sir, under Michigan Code of Judicial Conduct, the judge is in violation of Canon 1 and 2 because I'm here falsely accused for a 21-year-old warrant. And I try to speak, and she acts like Judge Judy. She just constantly cuts you off, is threatening, so far as be quiet, like, Canon 2, it says public confidence in the judiciary is eroded by irresponsible and improper conduct by judges. A judge must avoid all impropriety and appearance of impropriety. A judge must expect to be the subject of constant public scrutiny. A judge must therefore accept restrictions on conduct that might be viewed as burdensome by the ordinary citizen and should do so freely and willingly, Judge. And I come to court very respectful. I'm a 51-year-old man, and I respect the system. But I'm feeling that I'm being given, disrespect. I'm being silenced. I have a right under the free speech to petition the court for redress of grievances and things of that nature. And if you look at the TV show Judge Judy, this is how she acts, Judge. Totally wrong. And she asked me, what did I want to do with the case? I said, I would like to challenge jurisdiction because I went to prison in 2002 for 15 years and 8 months. They had under the rule is, I believe, for misdemeanors 40-something days, for felonies is 6 months. So I request that the prosecutor prove his authority in bringing these charges so late. And I have been home 6.5 years, productive in the community, no problems, and I'm trying to do right, Judge. I made past mistakes when I was a young man. And I'm just being treated like I'm just a criminal. I'm supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, right? So I'm not trying to disrupt this court. I'm not trying to cause you guys hardships or anything, things of that nature. And my due process is being violated. That's all I want to just get this case over. Wouldn't be left alone. I'm a grandfather. I have children. And their DPD has retaliated against me, Judge. And I know this is a Detroit police court. And I would like an investigation as to things that's been going on by the prosecutor's office because Kim Worthy and her subordinates are retaliating against me. There's actual proof.
So basically what this genius is saying is, hey, the prosecutor was just doing their job, trying to send me back to prison. So, can you just dismiss this whole thing? I'm a grandfather. I have kids. You got to cut me some slack. Seriously, we're not buying it, buddy. Judges aren't just handing out free pass. Is because you're a grandpa. Judge Martin is a great judge. She would not hold any kind of grudge against somebody for being a pass. Criminal. She's got a job to do just like the rest of us, and her job is to make sure justice is served, not to let somebody off because they're trying to play the sympathy card. What do you guys think about this guy? So far, do you think he's on to something, or is he just trying to pull the heartstrings at this judge here? Let's dive back in.
At this point, I don't know if you're familiar with Bill Proctor. He's representing me in this matter and another matter so far as investigations for years of, hardships and tyranny committed against me by the system here in Wayne County. So this is all I want, a fair shake judge, a judge who's going to give me due process and give me what I'm entitled to according to law. And that's it, sir.
Okay. Ms. Ritter, would you like to respond in any way?
Judge, the only response that people have is that this is a case from 2002. It's a misdemeanor assault and battery case. Judge, from my recollection of the prior hearing with Judge Bryant, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that it was an arraignment process. And as the court was trying to proceed with the process, I do remember Mr. McCreary interrupting the judge while she was trying to make the record. But the people have not gotten to the point where, because Mr. Carnell was disruptive during the proceedings, the people didn't get to the point where there was another pretrial date set where the people could actually see if we're able to move forward on this 2002 case, Judge.
May I have a rebuttal?
Yes.
Okay, Judge, I would like you, if it's possible, I know you guys are on Zoom, so you should have access to recordings of these hearings and things of that nature. I believe that the prosecutor just fabricated facts to you because I was not rude to this lady. All I asked her is, she said, what do you want to be done with this case? I said, I would like to challenge jurisdiction. And Michigan and federal law requires once jurisdiction is challenged, it must be proven. How is it that the prosecutor knows statute of limitations? They're licensed. I'm not licensed. I've studied for years in prison. And they don't know that there's a statute of limitations. This is vindictive prosecution because of my complaints against Kim Worthy, Your Honor. And the record will reflect the evidence. And I object to her statements.
All right. Court having had a chance to hear the arguments of the moving party as well as the arguments of the prosecutor. The moving party is asking for a recusal or to have Judge Bryant disqualified based on Michigan Canons 1 and 2, based on that she is biased, as well as is not allowing a person to be able to basically argue their case. The moving party is stating that he wants to challenge jurisdiction and that he was not allowed to do so. The prosecutor is stating that there was only a proceeding at an arraignment and that the prosecution hasn't even got to the point where they have established whether they want to move forward with the case, but that was not allowed to happen because in their view, there was disruption in the court and there was a breakdown.
So basically what I'm hearing is that if this guy would have just kept his mouth shut and let the judge do her thing, she would have arraigned him. And there's a good chance she would have just dismissed the case since it happened so long ago. Like, seriously, why is this dude even here right now? What does he think he's gaining by interrupting the judge when she was about to do him a favor and dismiss the case all because he wanted to challenge her jurisdiction? Honestly, these sovereign citizens just make things way harder for themselves than they need to be. Sometimes I swear it's like trying to understand a brick wall. What do you guys think about this guy? Because honestly, I have no idea why he would do that. The case was 22 years old, and knowing Judge Bryant, she would have just dismissed the case because it happened so long ago. But then again, these sovereign citizens always think they're smarter than everybody else. So there's got to be something deeper here, but let's go ahead and dive back in and see the rest of this thing.
I swear, it's like trying to understand a brick wall. What do you guys think about this guy? Because honestly, I have no idea why he would do that. The case was 22 years old, and knowing Judge Bryant, she would have just dismissed the case because it happened so long ago. But then again, these sovereign citizens always think they're smarter than everybody else, so there's got to be something deeper here. But let's go ahead and dive back in and see the rest of this thing.
The moving party is disputing that. He's saying that you could even that I could go to the video with tapes to dispute that. At this time, the court is not going to make a decision at this point. I am going to pull the tape, pull the transcript. I'm going to make a decision very quickly on this. I'm not going to let this continue. And even based on, the court does have an opinion, probably on the likelihood of prosecution on a 21-year-old case. So we're going to come back on, we're going to come back on July 6th at 10 a.m. Please check your schedule, sir.
May I also, you say July 6th, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. May I
Next.
also, if I may, Judge,
Check your schedule first. Check your schedule to see if are you available for that time.
I'm available. I'm stuck here on tether, sir. I'm available at any time you guys want me to.
Okay. All right. Well, put on your schedule for 10 o'clock on July 6th.
Okay, can I say one more thing? If you look at Crampton versus Michigan Department of State 395, Michigan 347 at 351, it says the United States Supreme Court disqualified judges and decision makers without a showing of actual bias in situations where experience teaches that the probability of actual bias on the part of the judge or decision maker is too high to be constitutionally tolerable. And I'm not saying like trying to attack Judge Brian or whatever else, but she has an attitude like Judge Judy. She just cuts you off. And I'm just like, so when she kept doing it, this is when I objected and asked her to recuse herself.
And sir, and again, as the chief judge, I don't have to have a showing of actual bias, but perceived bias, something in the fairness of justice. That is my stand.
Yeah, the chief judge is definitely going to have a long, hard thing about this one. I mean, seriously, I bet it'll take this guy all about 2 minutes to realize that he was clearly in the wrong here, just acting like a full-blown sovereigns-on nutcase, interrupting the judge, being rude, just making the whole situation worse. I think this dude definitely needs to get a grip here. That's just not how things work. I just know that he thinks the judge was biased because she didn't let him off the hook, but he didn't even let her finish because she was probably going to let him off the case anyways. But hey, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see that video. I'm probably going to end up posting the full court case with Judge Martin sometime this week. So stay tuned for that. It's just like these sovereign citizens. They just can't help themselves. They think they're above the law and can do whatever they want, but when it falls apart, it's honestly kind of hilarious. I mean, who do they think they are? They're not going to win this fight. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this one here. I will be posting the other one shortly. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your guys' support. Take care, everybody.